Okay, kids, let's start the session. Let's get connected with the Sri Rama's energy. Close your eyes, fold your hands. Let's chant the shlokas, okay? Sri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Ramanamavaranane Apadam Apahartaram Dataram Sarvasampada Lokabhiramam Sriramam Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamyaham Sri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Sri Hanuma Jaya Hanuma Jaya Jaya Hanuma Om Shivaya Gurave Namaha. In the last episode, we learned about Dasaratha's curse, how he got the curse, and we talked about Dasaratha's death also. So he left the physical world. One thing we learn from his curse is no matter how many lifetimes we spend on this earth, karma always follows. That is the only thing we carry. We leave this body, money, all our dress, house, everything. We only carry our karma to the next world and then again to the next lifetime. And we have to suffer the consequences when we take life on this physical world. One more thing we have learned, we always have to take care of our parents when they grow old. So after Dasaratha's death, sage Vasishta sent for Bharatha because nobody was there, no king, no prince was there, so the kingdom is at risk. So Vasishta immediately sent for Bharatha. Bharatha and Shatrugna, they both were spending time in their grandparents' house in Kekaya kingdom. That means Kaikeyi's father's place. So the messengers, they reached the town of Rajagriha. Their town is called Rajagriha, and there the messengers met the king and bowed to him. So all this time, Kaikeyi's son Bharatha and along with his brother Shatrugna, they had been on a visit to his grandfather, the king of Kekaya. Bharata knew nothing of the recent events happened in the Ayodhya. He knew nothing, but somehow he was sensing something. He was feeling uneasy, strange. One day he was with his friends, spending time with them. Then they have asked Bharata, why are you not happy? Why are you not talking to us? Is something wrong? Then Bharata said, yes, these days I am getting weird dreams, very bad dreams. So I'm so worried. In my dreams, I saw my father looking very sad and was falling from a mountain peak into a dirty pool of cow dung. His hair was all messy, untidy, and he was eating cooked rice with sesame seeds. And also in my dream, the ocean got dried up and the moon had fallen. In one more dream, my father was riding a donkey cart and he was going southward. So these are all the dreams he had. These dreams tell him that something bad is going to happen to his father. So in our dreams, we see many things. Sometimes we see our future, sometimes we see past, even we can see our past lives also. And whatever the sins we have committed in our past lives, we can see that. We can visit astral worlds and other parallel universes. So many kinds of messages comes in our dreams. Here, in this era, that Treta Yuga, Ramayana's era also, they were considering all these things. They believe in all these things. So Dasaratha riding in a donkey cart to the southwards means south is the place of Yamasthana. That means he is going to die in a few days. He is going to Yamasthana. That is the meaning of this donkey cart. Usually they fix horses in the chariots, but here this is a bad dream that Bharatha saw donkeys and ocean is dried up. That means so much water is gone, all the ocean life is gone, so many animals, fishes, many things live in the ocean, right? So if it is dried up, so that's not a good sign. He got worried and he thought something is going to happen. And he said, I cannot shake off the great fear from my heart that I shall never see him again. So he was sensing, he was feeling that he's not going to see his father again. Bharata just saw the messengers and asked them, how is my father doing? And how are Rama and Lakshmana? How is Sita, my sister-in-law? How are the queens? So many questions he asked to messengers. But messengers should not tell anything about what happened back in Ayodhya. So they said all are doing well. And there is a task awaiting you. Vasishta wishes to see you. Return quickly on an urgent matter. Bharata said, "Well, okay, Vasishta is our family priest. His word is a command to me." So he went to his grandfather and took leave of him with his blessings. Bharata traveled for a week. He crossed many rivers, kingdoms, forests, gardens. At last, one early morning, he returned to Ayodhya. See, the Kekaya is here in Indian map. The Kekaya kingdom is on top and Ayodhya is here. So in 7 days, he traveled this distance. He crossed all the rivers, kingdoms. So from here to here, he came in just 7 days on the horse.
Oh, 7 days. Without sleeping or just sleeping with a bed?
No sleeping on the bed. Maybe they might have carried something, small tent or something. When the horses are tired, they give the horses rest and they also take rest at nights and then they continue their journey in the mornings.
You can have red eyes if you do that.
They can do that. When he reached Ayodhya, he was very surprised because there seemed to be no life in Ayodhya. The city appeared deserted and silent. Usually, the Ayodhya crowded with learned men, rishis, joyous people, loud and chatter like this. But now Ayodhya seems so empty. There is no life in Ayodhya. Everything is so dull.
No? Wait, there's no life. No, like life or anything? No tree life?
No. It's not like it seems there is no life. It was very silent.
What?
Yeah,
It doesn't look silent. Doesn't look silent with all those people. Doesn't look silent.
they are not doing anything on the streets. So they just kept themselves in their homes and they were very sad because Rama left and Dasharatha died. So, unable to find his father, Bharata went to the palace. He couldn't find his father. So, he went to his mother's chambers. There he saw Kaikeyi, and he asked, why is Ayodhya in this state? There is no brightness anywhere. The people seem very unhappy. I do not see the king, and I don't see Rama, Sri Rama, Sita, and Lakshmana. Where are they? His mind was confused and disturbed. So Kaikeyi replied, my child, your father is in heavens. And don't worry, he is happily in heaven. See how she is saying. The news of their father's death struck Bharata and Shatrughna like a lightning. They collapsed. Bharata wept loudly, like he was saying, oh, cruel fate, what have you done? You took away my father. How we are going to live without him, like that. He was talking to Kaikeyi. When I set out my journey, I thought my father have decided to crown Rama. But my heart is shattered to know that I can never see him in my life. Then Bharata asked, of what disease did the king die, mother? He thought he died of some disease. How fortunate is Rama, who was with him at the end. So he is thinking Rama was there when his father died. Surely Rama doesn't know that I'm here, otherwise, he would have come and hugged me. And then he asked, what were the king's last words? Then Kaikeyi replied, he departed this world crying. He was saying, oh Rama, oh Sita, oh Lakshmana, who can see them return will be very fortunate. Then Bharata got the doubt. He asked his mother, where have all they gone? Then she said, they all went to the forest. Bharata got shocked and asked, but why? Rama could never have done anything wrong. So Kaikeyi said Rama did not commit any mistake, like he did not seize anyone's property, he did not kill anyone, or he did not even look at any another man's wife. Because these are all the great mistakes, but he could never done those. Then why did he go to the forest? Then she said, the moment I heard of this coronation, I asked your father to make you as a king and banish Rama. So, true to his promise, your father did as I asked, and the noble king was unable to bear the separation of Rama. He couldn't bear the grief. So he met his end. I have done all this just for you. Now you have to accept this throne. You don't have to worry. Rama will not return for 14 years and perform the final rites of your father and then crown as a ruler. This peaceful kingdom is yours. So she was saying so happily. She did a great thing. Then Bharata, when he listened to his mother, he got very angry and said, O cruel woman, by causing king's death and exiling the Rama, you have destroyed the joy of the family. So he was so trembled in anger and then said, what mistake did he commit? How could you drive him to forest? He's the eldest brother, so after the father's death, he is the one. He has the right to become a king. Without Rama, I could never bear the weight of this kingdom. How can a calf, like a baby cow, carry the load of the burden that carried by a bull? I cannot do that. Even my father depended on Rama. How did this evil idea came to you? You have not understood my devotion to Rama. So he said so many things to his mother. And then he said, I will never become a king. I am going to go to the forest and bring Rama to the kingdom. From his mother, he went to counselors and sage Vasishta. He was just clarifying because everybody thinks Bharata is also part of Kaikeyi's plan and everybody will hate him. That's why he was clarifying that I never wanted this throne, nor I did ever discuss this with my mother. I was in a distant land. I didn't even know anything. I didn't know king was planning to coronate Rama. I never had that intention. So Bharata was clarifying that to them. Then he went to Rama's mother, Kausalya. Kausalya was still grieving about Rama and her last husband also. So she said to Bharata when she saw him, she said, "Enjoy this kingdom that you desired. It has come to you effortlessly. Your mother, with her cruel deed, got it for you. Why should she send Rama to exile? You can become a king. We don't have any objection." Then Bharata said, "No, mother, please don't say those things to me. Forgive me, I'm not part of this plan. I'm deeply ashamed of what my mother did. Sri Rama has the right to become the king. He is the only one who got right to sit on the throne. So I don't know how my mother imagined that I would gladly consent and become the king." Then he gave some examples. If he is part of Kaikeyi's plan, he would become a slave of vilest scoundrels, and he will heap the punishment the one who kicks a sleeping animal. So if someone kicks a sleeping animal, they are going to accumulate so much karma. These are all bad things. If I am part of this, these are the bad things happen to me, and I get the punishment that who ill treats his faithful servants, who eats food without offering to gods, ancestors, children, wife, and servants. And I reap the punishment of harming a good king who nurtures his family by selling poison, flesh, liquor, cheat his friends, break a promise, pollutes the drinking water. These are all the things we should not do. Anyone who does these actions will get so much karma in their account and they will be punished. So he is proving that he is innocent. So as he spoke, Bharata was overcome by grief and he collapsed. Kausalya and Sumitra listened to him, and tears came down to their cheeks. Then Kausalya said, "Your oaths are choking me, son. Fortunately, you have not left the path of goodness. That is the good thing." Then Vasishta came and consoled Bharata and persuaded him to begin the final rites. So Dasaratha was placed on a bier, that means a movable frame of coffin. They put his mortal body on that. The servants took him on their shoulders to the cremation grounds. King's body was carried in a procession. Huge crowds gathered. They want to see their king one last time. Bharata, Shatrugna, Ritviks all participated in the procession. So Bharata touched it with fire. He performed all the rituals. He performed these final rites to his father. So the body was consigned to fire. So his body was on fire. So the next 10 days, Ayodhya was in deep mourning, deep silence. On the 12th day, Bharata gave away abundant gold, jewelry, cows, goats, so many things as a charity. On the 13th day, Bharata and Shatrugna, they merged the ashes into river Saryu. So that is the process when someone dies in the family. The son or sons, they have to perform karmakanda for 10 days. That means the dead person's soul still lingers to his family, his clothes, and everything. So there are some rituals to send the soul away to the soul world. So they have to perform all those rituals to send the soul. So they were missing their father. Then Vasishta and Sumantra, they confronted these two brothers. And then they were saying like all the living beings have to face three pairs of opposites: birth and death, pain and pleasure, gain and loss. So you have to learn to accept these realistics and take heart and complete all the rituals. So Bharatha and Shatrugna had completed all the funeral rites for their father. In the palace, Mandhara was so happy, and she came there wearing so much gold, and she came in her best clothes. Shatrugna and Bharata, they came to know it was actually Mandhara, Kaikeyi's servant, who had poisoned Kaikeyi's mind against Rama. So Shatrugna, enraged, he became so angry on her and he pushed her and he kicked her so hard, saying, "You and Kaikeyi have destroyed the family." Then Bharata came and stopped him and said, "I was equally angry with Kaikeyi and Mandara, but Rama will never accept this. He will never speak to you or me if he hears that we have harmed a woman." So Bharata always thinks whatever he does, he always thinks how Rama does this work, what Rama thinks, or what God thinks. So, because Rama never do any mistakes, he always thinks perfect. He's always in righteousness, dharma. So, Bharata always thinks what Rama thinks about this. If I do this, will Rama happy? He feels happy, or he will be angry or sad. So, thinking that he'll do his work. So, he's stopping Shatrughna and said, Rama will never talk to us, so please don't harm her. um, so that's what we have to develop in ourselves too. If we are doing something, we think nobody is watching us, but God is always watching us. We have to be careful. He is always watching us, and we have to think, so if I do this work, God will be happy or not? What God thinks. In that way, we have to cultivate our thinking also. So God is always watching. We have to remember that. Let's chant the Shanti Mantra. Close your eyes and fold your hands. Say it with me. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma
Um,
jyotir
yeah.
mrityorma amrutangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Yeah. Okay, good night, kids. Bye. See you next week.
Bye.